Hello, hello everyone. This is Maria with mariascraftingcorner.com. Welcome to another paper crafting video. Phone is here, still bothering me. I have to say it. I hope you guys have had a wonderful week so far and get ready to have some fun today. Hi, Carrie and Rosie and Susie. It's good to have you here. I haven't seen you in a while. Hi, Adrian. Guys, this is driving me insane. Shall I go like this? Because if I move too much this way, I'll just like knock myself. Anyways, sorry, I get distracted. Okay, so today we've had 100 things happening in Stampin' Up, and I just want to try to keep you guys up with what's happening. I know that most of the people that come to these videos are actually demonstrators, but for those that are not, let me get started with the new kits. So we have, guys, 3 new kits. One is a leaf garland that it looks really beautiful, I have to say. It's the one there to the to your right, to your left, and then in the middle it's a card kit that it seems to me that the cards are those I guess wrap flowers, so that looks really beautiful. And then to the right you'll see very soft options. Hi Elizabeth, hi Alice, how are you doing? So we have some beautiful options, new kits. Just go and check them out. I particularly like the garland. I'm not sure if I'm going to get that one, but I really like it. It seems like a really good home decor, and I like the tones. It's just not like the usual reds. It's more like, I want to say it's probably Cajun clay. Cajun clay. Cajun craze. And does it look balmy blue? I don't know. It's really beautiful. Anyways, I want to mention the out. I want to bring this up. This is the paper pumpkin kit that it's coming. So you have until the 10th, so until August 10th to subscribe to it if you are interested. I read a little bit about them, and it's the actual, so it's like actual flowers within the cards. So I'm thinking maybe something similar to what we're seeing in the card kit that I just showed you. It can be. We'll see how it goes, but again, you just, if you want to subscribe to it, the QR code down below me will help you take you directly to the website and subscribe if needed. Really good news, the last chance products, guys, has been updated. And there's a ton, but a lot of products in there. I just want you to know, I'll send an email later with all that information. But yeah, there's quite a bit of products in it. I actually was surprised a bit about the amount of new products that were included in it actually. And I want to remind you that starting today, we have our 2025-2027 in color product sale. So whatever is out there in the Stampin' Up shop that has the ink colors will be discounted. So that means the SP, that means like you see here, the ribbons, for example, the remember that memory, I think it was, I forget the name, but that scrapbooking kit that was that came out, I want to say not last month, the month before, that was has some in color. So it instead of $36, it's $30, for example. So that's a really cool little sale for you if you're interested in any of the ink colors. Hey Tracy, welcome. Finally, about this piece, this is what you will be getting from me this month if you buy $50 or more before shipping and taxes. I always have to think that through because I always make some make a mess with it. But yeah, it's a really, really beautiful embossing folder. Interestingly enough, I don't have it yet. And it's just, I want to say it's one of those things that jump onto fame. Everybody wanted it. And so I'm like, a lot of people is going to be working with it. I'm just not going to get it. I really like it, so I may get it later down the road just for me, but a whole lot less to demonstrate. And I just want to let you guys know a few things. The card, let's move to the crafting table real quick. Okay, there we are. So the card that we're going to be making today is from a very, I want to say, famous crafter in YouTube, and her name is Sam Cuckett, I want to say is her correct name. I think that her YouTube channel is called Mixed Up Craft. And I've heard from her a lot of times. I don't know why I rarely ever get suggestions. When you're watching YouTube and you get suggestions, I don't know why the algorithm really never like brings her stuff to my attention. And so it's really funny. I have a lot of people telling me about it, and then like I make a card and like, oh, that's from this lady, and I'm like, no, I saw it from this other lady. And so like this time it popped into my YouTube channel. I'm like, oh, I want to look into that, and then realize it was Sam. So it's super cool that we're going to do that, and it is actually a super easy card, but the outcome is really cool. So she called it Inside Out Stepper card. And I am keeping the same name, although I think it's inside out because it's a stepper card that is folded differently, but in the end it's less, I don't know, I don't want to call it that way, but I just kept her name because it seems to me that is the easiest to just to kind of like respect that it's her card. And I don't know if I know she's very prolific with cards, so I am guessing it's her card, but I don't know. No matter what, in her video she uses a die. So I think that her video was promoting the die for irregular step card, and we are not going to do that, of course, because I don't have a clue where the die came from even. But we're going to work together the step card, and then we'll decorate it. Now, what are we going to be using today? We're going to be using one of my favorite DSPs, and actually, yeah, it's probably one of my favorite. It is called Wildflower Celebrations. I always forget the right name of this for whatever reason. I got, guys, and I know I've told you that I got both. I got the paper, and then I got the workshop kit. I do like scrapbooking, but I honestly just love the amount of ephemera stuff that you get, and all the stickers. So I just really, really like this one. That reminds me that next week we are going to have the raffle for these two pieces. So I just need, you guys are going to laugh, before, I don't know if you remember, before I had already an app to make raffles and everything, and I have not found one that really works well, and so that's why we have not done that raffle. But I am hoping that by next week I have something definitive, and we can work towards seeing who's going to win that beautiful paper. And the other two things that we're going to be using today, let me bring them out here. So we're going to be using these Delightful Wishes. Hi Nicole, good morning to you. I really like these. This was a previous, I want to say, it's not in the catalog, was it? It's not in the annual catalog. I think it was an online exclusive. Don't quote me, guys. And it's turned out to be one of my favorites. I was doubting to get it. I was not sure. I really like the flowers in it. So we are going to be using mainly the wishing for the dies. So it brings the dies to create just your, you know, your wording. So it says wishing. And then the, oops, the, ah, my goodness. Okay, there it goes. The, and then this stamp set also has, you know, several alternatives to put. These are the kind of sets that I really like, right? The ones that you can kind of compose. So wishing lots of love, wishing you well, you were here. So I just love that kind of sets. So I'm glad I finally ended up getting that one. And finally, we most likely are going to use this one, the Not 29 Anymore. One of my faves since it came out. Not a mystery. I think it's just hilarious, and it turns all the you know, birthday into just a fun set. So we'll do those. So let's get started. Before I get going, those that are, so for those that are not Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, today we had access to the pre-order, and we have access to the pre-order mini catalog and the pre-order of the online exclusives. And let me tell you guys, there's a lot in it. There's many beautiful things. I'm just like this close to order, and I don't know if I want to buy this much, and I'm like debating. So we'll see what ends up happening. But there are a lot of beautiful options for you, and there will be live November 3rd. I want September 3rd. So we're going to start with a piece of Pool Party. This is a regular 5.5 by 8.5, and we're just going to create a step card. We're going to need 2 of those pieces. And what we're going to do is we're going to place this horizontally. Let me move this a little bit there so you guys can see better. We are going to align at 1 in here, and then we're going to score between 1, maybe a little bit more so you can see better. I don't know. Between the top and 1 inch, and between 5.5 towards the bottom. So from the top to 1, and from, I would say, from the bottom edge to 4.5. So those are our 2 scores, and then we're going to move to 2, and we're going to do the exact same thing. So since I have this already here, we're going to go till to 4.5, and then to 1. And as you guys can tell, I'm not doing this super carefully. In the end, we're going to decorate this, and so if the score line moves a little bit, it'll be fine. We're going to go now to 4.25, which is the half of 8.5, right? And we're going to score between 1 and 4.5. So there we go. There's 1, and here's 4.5. So I'm going to do that a couple times so we get a really good score line. And the next is we're going to go to 5.25, and we're just going to repeat the first step, which is from the top to 1 and from the bottom to 4.5. And that is all we need to do horizontally. We're going to turn now vertically. We're going to align it 1, and it's hard to see, so I'm going to bring it, there we go. It's hard to see, but what we're going to do is we're going to cut between the first score line and the last score line. So let's go there to 1, and we're aligning there at 1, and we're going to cut. And I always do this because it just feels easy to me. I cut in between. That way I don't go too far. This is hard to see, guys, so I'm going to go really slowly towards that first score line, and then I'm going to go really slow towards the back, or towards the one at the bottom. And we are going to move to 4.5, and we're going to do the same. We're just going to cut between 2 score lines, between those 2 score lines. Oops. I'm going to move here to the middle and do the same thing. I know I'm always I always like to prevent going too much over, because it happens. If you go over a little bit, it just really, I don't think it won't be a big deal. In the end, like I said, you're going to decorate, so you're going to be able to disguise that a little bit. But that way you don't go over too much, right? You're just being very careful. And that's all we really need, guys. And so what we're going to do, whoops, let me move that there. This is our regular step card. Our regular step card will go mountain, valley, mountain, mountain. Okay. What this is going to go is back. So the one on the top is going to go different. So let's see. Instead of this one going mountain, this one is going to go valley. So I'm just pushing these two here towards the valley size, and then pushing the other one. So number in the score line of at 1 inch, I'm pushing valley right there, and then on the top here, I'm pushing mountain, or folding mountain is what I'm trying to say, not pushing. And then these two, or these three score lines, they both go mountain. So the only change, hey Donna, how are you? So the only change we're doing in here is at the bottom, and we are just, it's the folding. So we're folding valley, mountain, mountain, mountain. Okay. And once you have those more or less, whoops, not like that, but more or less kind of signed, then you can just go ahead and fold it all together. And let's go ahead and bring our bone folder and give this a good burnish so those stay in place. So that's the card we're making, or that's how this is going to fold. I actually was going to do this for another card, and so I think that I may leave that for another option, just this on its own. Now the secret that she did, I'm going to call it secret, but what she did, and I'm going to bring the other one, and we're going to do the same thing, guys. So we're going to need two pieces of stepper, or two stepper cards. Two stepper cards would be the right way to say it, right? So again, we go valley, we're pushing here a little bit the mountain, and then mountain and mountain. And once we have those, kind of less like helping them to figure out where they need to go. Okay, there you go. Once you have these, it tends to be fairly easy. It goes fairly easy. And then you just go and do it slowly. There's no rush in here. And again, bone folder just to burnish those. And that's all we need. So it's two of them. So what she did, which was brilliant, was really add these two together. So it's a bigger card, and then that's what you get. That's your card. So you have a really nice piece in here, really good area for decorating. And then she did not, but I did decorate the back of the card part of it, because I think it's a perfect place to just put, your message and extra decorations. And you'll see I made two cards. This comes really quickly. This comes together really quickly is I guess what I'm trying to say. So that's it, guys. Ta-da, we're done. Now I don't recall very well what she was doing or how she was doing this, but I really think that it is important to add these together and then decorate it. And the reason for that is because I did make a mistake at some point. So this will open, right? So it will be easy to decorate together. So the first one that I did was let me bring my scissors here for 1 second. The first one I did get confused, because you tend to okay, the regular orientation of the card will be this, right? And so if you don't do it like as a whole, I got confused and was putting the paper, I was not paying attention on the paper, the direction of the paper, was not paying attention on what I was doing. Just in general, I guess I was not paying enough attention, which a shocker. And I realized later that it definitely makes it a whole lot easier if you are able to um, have them all together and decorate it all. These two are glued together and decorate them together. So if you, I always feel the need to explain this. These are all Stampin' Up. The only thing that happens is that these are the ones that come in the kits. And so I tend to have a lot of just regular tear and tape laying out that just came from kits. And so they're just, I feel the need to say that. So we're going to extend these now that they're, you know, we fold them already. They know what they need to do. We're just going to add these together. Same as we've always done. We're just going to, you know, put this right there very close to the score line, but not on the score line because that will affect the folding. And so now that we glue this, let's go back to trying to form. It takes a little bit for my brain to try to fold this differently. But there you go. That's how the card would look. And it's really cool once you decorate it because first of all, it stands on its own, right? And then you also have stuff here in the back. And it's just, I think that it really, really looks nice. And here's what I was telling you earlier. Remember that if you go a lot, for whatever reason, I went a lot in here. So the decoration will help me disguise it. So there you go. That's our card. And now all we have to do is decorate it. I did choose that packet of DSP. First of all, I really love the colors in the DSP, right? Now, Carrie's asking about what the size the fold comes down to, and I want to say it's 5.5 by 7.25, if I remember her quoting that together, but we can just check this out here. It's 7.5. So yeah, 7.5. And here between you and I did not even try to make this smaller. But we can try to do that. I can try to figure that out at another point. It shouldn't be very complicated. In the end, this is, so the principle for this step card is the first two score lines have to be the same amount, right? Or the same measurement. So this is 1 inch, 1 inch. And then the space between this score line and this score line has to be the same as this one. So hence 1 inch, right? So you can make this a little smaller and these a little smaller to make them much smaller. I just did not think of doing that, partially because I did like the feel of a big card. But yeah, I can try to work those measurements later. So as it is, we're going to need just one strip in here. We're going to need 4 of these little squares and then 4 of these areas, and then we'll have one here. You can do this differently, like all together. I just chose not to. I just chose to create columns in here. And so let's go ahead and I can give you the measurements. Oh, by the way, don't forget that everything will be added in our, everything will be included, or the measurements will be included in the PDF tutorials along with the instructions, or very basic instructions, and they will be probably ready today or early tomorrow. So this is what I was saying. I have these two in here. I just created columns in here, and then we'll decorate those. Before we go any further, I am just going to go ahead and stamp something in here. And let me bring my Misty. I know you guys know this, but I just am not a really good stamper, comparatively at least to some of the people that I see stamping. I'm not so good, and so I just feel that using the Misty is a blessing for me. And so So on the front, I already have it stamped and it just says happy birthday. And so we have a lot of funny statements here. And I really like this: older but still cool, not wiser. I just think it, again, I just think it's fun. It's, I do believe that you have to get these or give some of these to somebody that has a really, really good sense of humor, and not everybody. It's right there. You know, there's people that may feel offended, so be careful when you use it. But you know your friends, right? And I just think, again, I just think it's super funny. So I'm going to actually put older but not wiser right there in the middle, but still cool. So I think that's just funny, funny, funny. And Carrie is mentioning something that it is true, and it is that it is a good type of card to use and to show off our DSP. And frankly, we have so many beautiful designs. Wait, well, I guess you've seen some of them. I'm guessing by tomorrow you'll have a ton of people um, showing off the new stuff, because a lot of people asks for the, how is it called, for the first or one day chipping and stuff like that. I'm not going to be one of those, just for clarification. But yeah, you're going to, I mean, there are so many beautiful things. I am going to use, this is Coastal Cabana. You can actually use Summer Splash. These two colors are very, very similar. Let me go with Summer Splash just because that one is available. Bermuda Bay is the one that we actually discontinue. But this is a 2024-2026 in color, and I do like it very much. It's a very, very bright color. I'm pretty sure that you've seen it. You can work with it. I have to use it in small quantities. I feel it's too bright. For whatever reason, all the colors, all these in colors ended up being too bright for me. And I've barely used them, which I found really weird. Just in general, I like bright colors, but I don't know why those I have not used. Let me clean these and we'll remove this. And let's go ahead and bring this. Okay, so I'm just going to add this panel here and we can decorate as needed. When I did, there was another card we did with this DSP, and I used this color combination, meaning Pool Party as the card base and Pretty in Pink. Yeah, Pretty in Pink. Sometimes I get confused with these names, guys. As the other card, or yeah, as the layer. And I have to tell you guys, I really, really like that color combination. I think if every time I think about it, I think it's kind of like a teenage combination. I don't know if that makes sense. I feel that there were a lot of things when I was a teen that were that color, maybe that's what's happening. I don't know. I really, really like it. And so it is what it is. Now we are going to bring, I'm going to bring this piece. This is a piece of Pool Party. Forgot the name of these. This one is called Gross Grain Ribbon. If I'm not mistaken, this is already this is retired. I want to say, hey, Kim, how are you? But there are many options. If you were part of the celebration last at the beginning of this year, I want to say this is a good one, and there is others that you can utilize. I want this one to go up here, and we're going to play a little bit with, you know, all the combo of what we have. I just really like this paper. Oh, I forgot this one. This is actually, guys, I completely forgot that. Well, I'll have to look for the name of these because I don't remember the name of these embossing folder. It belongs to the Beautiful Gallery suite. I really, really like it. So what we're going to do, and I'm sorry I get distracted there for a minute because I realized I didn't have this one. So I am going to cut a piece of this one. These are my new scissors here, guys. You know, and I don't know if you know, but they are retiring the Snips, and that makes me very sad because I really like mine, and I somehow lost the other ones I had, so chocker. And so I'm very sad and disappointed that those are going away. So we're going to start decorating this. I'm bringing our turntable. I have one with less, and we are going to add this. There's no rhyme or reason, like this does not have to be in the middle. This does not have to be really, you know, anywhere but where you want it. Really, it's decoration. So let me actually move this in here. Sorry guys, I forget that if I don't have it in front of me, it's hard for me to see straight. I don't know if that happens to you, but I have to have it a certain way to actually identify when it's straight or not. I find it very comfortable for me to add the piece, you know, add the ribbon just in the back and leave some fluidity at the front, and that's why most of the time I don't add ribbon to the front. um, that has worked well for me. So that way, for example, if this moves a little bit, I know I can put it straight back up, and I like that a whole lot better. I did cut out these from one of the, let me bring it up here. So the ephemera pack in this was stunning. I think it's no longer available, this workshop kit, but this was just a big card, and I really, really liked it. I don't know where it's at. Of course, that's why would I. Oh, here it is. So this is the one. I just fussy cut it. I've used these a lot, and so what happens, um, I no longer have anyone in pink, and I wanted it to be pink. So I just fussy cut this one, and we are going to put this one here. I was thinking though that we are able to just add maybe a piece of this one for the hooray, you know, something fun in here. I see Carrie is asking about the snips, and thank you, Nicole, for answering. Yeah, the main issue was the person or the provider that was making them is just stop providing them or making them. So that's the reason why they were discontinued. It blows my mind. But I am thinking that scissors are one of those things that people don't buy often, right? In the sense of, like, you have two scissors or three scissors, let's say, but it's not something that you know, it's not a consumable. It's more something that you will get back and forth. And I think that that may be some of what ends up defining that. That's my thought process. So I just added a piece of that hooray here because I want to make it fun, and then I can add these right on top of these piece, and this is just going to look so beautiful. Like I said, I just really like these color combinations, so no matter what I do with this paper, I think I'm going to like it. That's where we're at. So let's put this straight for 1 minute there. I think that's straight mostly. I'm making sure, of course, that it is, you know, well centered here, but that it is also straight. So looking at this, I'm looking in here and looking on there. This does not need to be centered on the length of the column, but I just figured that will do. And so this is what's going to be in the back. So I know it's a pretty bag, but I think that when you're sending a special birthday gift to somebody, um, it really makes it look so beautiful when everything is decorated. And let's face it, I just like decorating, so it's totally fine. I have here all the pieces. Since you all know I love my gold, I used this paper that has kind of those curves. I don't know how to call these, scalloped in gold. And so I figured that we can put this one like that, and that'll help to keep it in the same color combination. And so the scallops on the top are looking down and the scallops on the bottom are looking up. And I think that that just will leave, you know, kind of, it's a playful detail. And I am just making sure I know where my scallops are in here, or where I need to put it really. That moved. It moves a lot, guys. Sometimes I really have fun at myself when I realize that I'm gluing something and it moved. And I'm like, please don't move. I need you to stay still. Sometimes when especially when I'm adding layers, I add and add and add and add, and then all of a sudden I can't see it. So that happens. So anyways, if you are interested in more in the scissors, in the snips, just get some extra. Just in general, I want to say they are very good quality. I may be ordering a few extras through, you know, with this new order I'm placing probably today. But if not, I will take any recommendations for scissors, because these are just cheaper ones that I got on Amazon too, because I don't know where I put the other ones. I had some old snips and I don't know where they went, because of course that happens to me fairly often. So I don't know. Guys, I don't know what's happening, but they got lost. I don't know where they're at, and so yeah, I will need. So if you have some recommendation of some that you've used, let me know. Now these are the squares, and you can put these however you see fit. Let me bring, but I'm going to put them in here just to make sure. Like for example, it looks like these and these are the same, so I feel that we should put this together, right? What do you think? Okay, for whatever reason, this is not working well with me. So I'm going to put them like that. So there you go. Well, I'm going to put them like that, guys. And then these two are also, these are not connected, I don't think, but I'm just making sure that at least they have the direction of the pattern, because sometimes we forget of that, right? Especially when you're working with different papers that have patterns, or the papers that have different patterns is papers that have different patterns. Sometimes it's harder to keep up with the direction of it. So just make sure of that. If it's easier, you know, try to use, wait, this one goes here. I almost made a mistake. So the squares are in here, which, so this one and this one, we have a long strip that will go here. So Carrie is saying that the Fiskars are good, and the team holds. So I don't have team holds. That should be a good, that's probably a good option. I have not had those. Okay, I love Susie's always so specific. Fiskars non-stick 5-inch snips. Holy moly, I'm getting those. Okay, thank you guys. Yeah, some people in the chat are just feeling sad about losing the snips. Me, I was very sad when I heard about it. And here is the long strip that we're going to put here in the middle. So isn't it easier when you're able to have the card all spread out, and then you just can't play with colors, and make sure that what you're seeing, it really is, or what you're envisioning, it really is matching. I love this. And then I did cut, so here these are the two for in here. So I'm going to give a quick run around of the measurements, but remember those are going to be in the PDF tutorial. So these two columns are 5 3/8 by 3 1/8, and that's the pink, a pretty pink layer, and the white is 3 by 5 1/4. And then these longer pieces here at the top, they are 7/8 by 3 by 3, and let me see, no, I'm 7/8 by 3 1/8, sorry. And then the inner layer will be 3/4 by 3. And then these are just little squares. The under layer is 7/8 by 7/8, and the inside or the top layer is 3/4 by 3/4. This one is 7/8 by 5 3/8, and the top is just 1/8 smaller, which is 5 1/4 by 3/4. And these bigger ones are 3 by 3 3/8 and 2 7/8 by 3 1/4. I know that's a mouthful, guys. I will have that PDF tutorial for you, so you don't have to worry about these writing these up. So you'll just be able to download it and print it if that's what you want to do. So now I am bringing these two here, and I am centering these as best as I can. There you go. And there you go. Okay. Moving this a tiny bit there. Now, if you notice, you could still decorate this. I chose not to because you're not going to see them a whole lot, because these, so let's see. This one will go like this, and so I'm like, I just don't feel that you need to decorate it, but you can totally add something else in here just for fun. So this is how the card is going to look. So there you go. You fold this way, and that's how the card folds, and then you open it and it looks like that. And so let me put it this way, and so when you have it open, and it will look like that. Of course, you can open this a little bit more. You can even open this like this, and then you'll be able to see every part of it. But I really like it. I feel that it's really nice. I should have worked on the smaller measurements. I guess I got too excited with the bigger measurements. That happens, guys. Okay, so the next step here, and I am going to fold. I'm going to fold it now. The only thing is that it does not like fold naturally because it has these two in here, and I think probably because I put so many layers, it does not fold well naturally. I feel that it always kind of like poke each other. This is another piece. These are just our deco rectangles, guys. You know how much I love them, and I am just going to add this in here. So this piece we are going to add in here, and we are going to put glue in whichever side. Hey Anita, how are you? In whichever side you want. So I don't know. I was going to say, is today your birthday, but it's not today. I don't think it's today. So we are going to add the glue only in the piece that, you know, we're going to add the glue only on one side. That's what I'm trying to say, guys, sometimes. And so let me bring this up. I'm just going to put, I don't know, probably, I would say that's like 3/4 of an inch, and then I know it's enough. And now I'm going to move these and make sure that this is centered. That's why this needs to be closed, so I can make, and this, I am just eyeballing this, right? It looks like this is fairly centered. So there's the same distance between here and here. Probably not perfect, but good enough. And so I have two possibilities. So I did die cut the wishing. Okay, maybe I'll get it. There it goes. So here's the wishing, right? So I really, really love how it looks in that, in gold and white. it looks very confusing from there, but let me make this up here so you can see. So so in real life, I guess is what I'm trying to say, it doesn't look as washed out as it looks in the camera, even from far away. And then there is this gorgeous piece of flower, this gorgeous, gorgeous flower, which I think I'm going to put like this. And then we'll put the wishing on top. And then I have two options in here. I did stamp wishing you a happy birthday here, and then we can add this in here. Or I did cut a piece of pretty in pink and embossed in white, and I think I like the white, this one better. What do you guys think? So it will be either this smaller one or the big one. I think I like the pink one better. Let me know, guys, in which one do you like better, and we'll go from there. I'll wait a few minutes, a few seconds while you decide. But what it is true is that these, I want these a little bit up, and so we'll do these up too. It's going to be a little harder, but there's space in the back for small, here it is, there, for small dimensionals. So Alice says the pink one. I think I like the pink one better too. I have two for pink. Let's see what else do we go. We have pink and pink. In the meantime, I'm going to keep adding dimensionals to where they fit, and then we'll bring some of the strips, which again is some of my favorite to use with this in general. Thank you. Okay, I don't think we can put any other one. Nicole is saying that she really likes the card because it has, you know, I guess the ability to play with colors, and I completely agree. So pink and pink and pink. We have a winner. Yeah, I think pink is the right one. I guess I did it pink, and then I remembered that these ephemera has, you know, this one, and I just think it's amazing how it looks too. And I'm just bringing another little piece. Where can we put this? I'm thinking I'm gonna cut these smaller pieces and smaller pieces so we can add some support to where it's needed, especially if there's like a big gap between one and the other, like this one in here. And again, these are amazing. I love those dimensional strips. And I'm just going to trying to put one here where this is going to be. Man, that does not fit very well. Maybe there. Okay. I'm thinking that we may not need these two actually. Okay, let's go ahead and put some dimensionals in this one. Wait. I'm just making sure I put them where they're going to fit and they're needed, right? So let's go ahead and add some dimensionals. If you've been here before, you know I just will use a lot of dimensionals. I cannot help it. Just feel safer. Okay, so I'm going to remove these real quick, and then we'll add the rest of the decorations. And as you can tell, I mean, that's one of the things let's face it, I love about our Stampin' Up! DSP, right? And it's that it's so beautiful. You don't need a whole lot of decoration. Sometimes this is just enough. And so I am actually going to leave these hanging a little bit. And then, okay, guys, I'm going to remove these two that I put, I know, but I can actually use glue because this is elevated as well, so I can actually use glue for these two, for this area, and that will make it a little safer. And I'm just gonna put this a little with a little of an incline. I don't know if that's the right word, guys, but I know that you sort of know what I mean. And of course I forgot to take the backings. Why wouldn't I? I'm telling you, sometimes I'm a funny one. Okay, there we go. Back, going back, maybe. And so there it goes. That looks good. And that way it just has like a little bit of an extra, not dimension, I guess the direction gives it something. And I'm going to bring one in here, and I'm just going to use this leftover one, and that's what's going to dictate where I need to add glue and where I need to add the dimensional. Oh, yeah. Nicole is saying that you can never have too many dimensionals, and I think that's such a true statement. So all I'm doing, guys, is figuring out where the dimensional is, and then I'll just add my, there you go. I just added the glue in here, and I just just pull all the way until the dimensional was right next to it. And that's pretty much it. I don't have any more decorations to add to it. I can't believe it, guys. We made it before 7. That's a new record. But you can totally add a lot more things to this, right? So this is how this looks like. Let me move that. You can add, for example, well, not that one, but for example, I have this one in here, and you can probably add this in here, and that will look so cute. Actually, we're going to do that. Let's add this in here. And so I'm going to cut these. So I'm going to cut these right here, guys, and we'll make it fit. And this is why I am doing that, is so I want to leave it up high because I want to be able to write something here, right? So let's add these. So again, especially when you have ephemera, like in this case, it just makes it so easy, right, to make decorations all over. And so it just makes, I just love it. Thank you, guys. I am so glad that you guys like it. Thank you. You guys are so kind. There you go. So now let's go ahead and close this. And ta-da! See what I was saying? That these two want to fight a little bit. So you just help them there a little bit, which is why I don't want to put anything in here that it's too big. So that's the card we made today. Let's see the other card. So this is the first card I made. I've not used these in a while, guys. I completely, okay, this is not totally glued in there. So I completely, not forgotten, but I completely put that aside. And you know, there's so many new things all the time, right, that you just don't have enough time to use everything that you really like. And this sweet is, I know you guys know, it's one of my favorites. I'm a coffee drinker, so this one like immediately rang with me. So let me just put this in here. Okay. So I didn't go too crazy on this one. I did decide to use, sorry, the early espresso and crumb cake as the base and layer, and then just use calypso coral as a kind of how would you say it, as the bright color, I guess, to make the pop up. Let me, okay, I'm fighting with a flower there. So this looks really cute. We've used this in the past. This is, I don't think it's available. It was available like a month ago. And it's just a beautiful specialty paper. And then this is from the paper, just cut it. This is a set that I've used over and over and over again, and I know you guys know I always forget its name, but I have it here now. It's called Wildflower Designs, and I think that one is actually on sale now. So check it out. I really, really like it. Accent color. Thank you, Carrie. And then if you turn, I just lift. There you go. I'm going to extend it so you guys can see it all. So I did make, this is a little pocket in here. I was thinking this would be a good one to send to a friend with like a Starbucks gift card or something. And so I did put that one there, and then this is again just the paper. So it's a little simpler than this one, but I really, really like the color combination of kind of the crumb cake, calypso coral, and the early espresso. Thank you. I am so glad you guys like it. This is really, really cute. The paper, it was one of my favorite papers. It's old. I know it's an older one. And then the next one I did was using the same paper. I have to tell you guys, quite frankly, I did get quite a bit of it. Like I think I got the, let me see, I got the workshop kit, and then I got the extra paper with the sticker sheet, and so I have a lot of the paper, so I have to start putting up to use, right? So again, just a happy birthday. But this one is using the blueberry bushel, and then kind of the same idea, the same concept as the previous one, right? I did add kind of like that. This is all part of the ephemera pack or this workshop kit. And I saw Alice saying that she wished it would be available. Yeah, I'm surprised they just like got done with it, right? Yeah, I was pretty surprised about that. They have not replenished it, which I guess makes sense, right? You just can't always have everything available. Once it's done, and that's why they put it in the last chance. Instead of retiring, that is what they did before. They just put in the last chance, and once it's done, it's done. And I think that it is a logical investment, right? Let's be honest. So yeah, so there you go. You have 2 birthday cards using the same paper, 2 very different options. I actually was going to do this one today, but it was so easy that I just wanted to practice more and use it. And so just I like that this one is more like there you go. That looks really pretty. This looks really pretty, I think. And then there's not a whole lot in here. This one is busier than this. But I just like, I just like how it all looks together. So there we go. I see that some people say they like the coffee one. I absolutely love the coffee, and that bundle was it was a great bundle. There you go. I really, really like that. This one, I like the idea of having a little pocket. It just makes it super useful. Again, for a gift card. Now, if you think you still want to have that, you can add the pocket here in the back, for example, for this one. And it'll still be perfectly okay, right? Like, actually, you can put something in here, like look in the back or something. So they can just look back in there. Now, as I see this in the back, let me fold this correctly. Sometimes I feel you can totally decorate this. I don't know what I was thinking. You can just put white on it, right? Make it very, very simple. But I didn't, so I'm just going to let it be. None of them had it, but it could totally take one. And in the back, it looks like this. So I think that it makes sense to have this that has like a full design in the back, and because otherwise this looks cut, right? I think that you may want to be mindful of that. And same with this one. I'd rather have this cake full than the the sentiment. And the same in here, right? You will have, it's the same thing. So I would do this instead. So you have like this kind of little scallop area in there, but the main focus is still the cake. And there you go. Ta-da! We made it, guys. I can't believe it that we made it in such a short time. Isn't that crazy? Okay, so bottom line, I got these from Sam Calcutt in Mixed Up Craft YouTube channel. You can go and visit her. She does a really good job explaining, you know, the concept of the card. She is using for that one just a stepper, a center step die that I don't even know if we have it available in here. You don't need a die to make most of these cards, right? You just have to make the measurements, and so that's not a big deal. Step cards are something that we are very all used to, really, and so just make the most out of it. And do remember, guys, that we have those new kits and all sorts of new fun things at Stampin' Up. To those that, you know, got something today, thank you so much for your purchases. I appreciate that. And don't forget that, okay, I'm going to say this. I will be live next Tuesday, but I do want to say that I'm working in my brain um, on a new, on the Christmas cards workshop. I am working on it. I've not been consistent, so I've not done it. I'm going to make sure of making that with some older product and some newer product, because I will probably get some of the new stuff. I totally shouldn't. There's so many Christmas stuff I have, but guys, there's some really beautiful things, and they do have, which I really like, some um, Thanksgiving slash fall papers are coming that are really beautiful. I was stunned by it. Thank you, Adrian, for the reminder. Yeah, please don't forget to like and share if you like what you saw today, and do you know, share with your friends if you like it. Again, that helps us a lot in here. Let's see, I don't think I have anything else. I have a lot of projects in my brain. I'm just lacking time, guys. I'm just lacking time. That happens more often than I wish, but it does happen. And let's see, I think that's it. I will see you next Tuesday, unless I buy the stuff and it gets here and we can just, I can show you what I got. But there will be tons of demonstrators doing unboxings and probably with a whole lot more products, so you can get a really good sense of what's coming, which, by the way, is, there's a lot of beautiful things, a lot. I was pleasantly surprised, and my wallet was unpleasantly surprised with it. So we'll see where we go with it. But thank you all for being here. I do appreciate your support. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and God bless you all. Bye.